I have an ad that's ran on Facebook since 2013. I've just had to refresh it sometimes.
What does that ad say?
It says, I've helped my clients repair their credit and increase their credit scores. Click learn more. That's all it said. When you run your ads, don't do bait and switch. I don't even offer a free ebook or anything. We don't buy anything from people that we don't know, like, and trust. Don't be afraid to try anything when it comes to business.
I love that.
Legal.
Hey, credit heroes. If Stephen Williams looks familiar, that's because he's back for part 2. His episode was so packed with gold, we couldn't fit it all into one show. He told us how he turned a huge debt lawsuit into a system that has helped thousands of people to fight back and win. And today we're bringing you the rest of that incredible conversation. Stephen's going to reveal how he scaled that success into $1 million business, how he built marketing that runs on autopilot, and how he created freedom through systems that keep working while he sleeps. So let's jump right back in with Stephen Williams. Let's take some time to talk about actual credit repair work.
Okay.
Of all the credit repair strategies that you've learned over the years, what's one that's been a real game changer that you use again and again and again?
Furniture dispute included. With my company, if you go to my website, I call it my 8-point validation process. From day one, we've always tackled credit repair from both angles, with the bureaus and with the furnishers. And that's been a game changer. It either got a discussion started or it helped get the job done over a shorter period of time. So that would be the game changer. Was what made the biggest difference was that no matter when they come in as a client, we're going to start that way from day one for them.
Can you walk us through what that is?
So if you separate what credit reporting is from the actual account, see, they want us to focus on the account. Like, this is your credit card account. This is the amount you owe. And this is a charge-off. But it's more than that. It's data about you. That's what that credit reporting actually is. And so that data has to be accurate. And there is a section in the Fair Credit Reporting Act about the character of an individual, about misrepresentation of the character. That's in there too. And so what we do, and it took some work to get to a process that would garner good results, but utilizing that process by getting that furnisher to answer to what's that 8-point validation process of what's required of them to even put that information on the credit reports, regardless if the account is that person or not, because it's about the data. It's about the data. We hear it all the time when they have a data breach. They don't say we had a credit breach, a credit report breach. We had a data breach. And the data is our information, and it must be placed on there in an accurate way. Contracts, legible contracts. You know, we've had where they sent the contract and you couldn't read the contract. That's not something that they're allowed to do. So if you had an account that's a charge-off, it's still with the original creditor, you request all of the documents and they send you a smeared document. That information can't stay on your credit reports. And these are the little things that when we start to really go step by step on what's required as a furnisher, you can start picking away with things that they do have, don't have, or that they submitted back to the consumer the wrong way. And that's a biggie there. That with the contract, that's actually helped also with lawsuits. When I started the credit repair shop, my main goal, because I had my other businesses, was to make money while I sleep. So that means no phone calls, no nothing. Go to my website, see what we had to offer, sign up. And from putting together a follow-up process, generating leads, I was able to achieve that in 2013, where my first customer signed up, just going and reading about what we had to offer. And, we've never charged up front, so there was no problem with that. But I had actually did it, and that feels good. That feels good to have people sign up, that way.
Incredible. I'd love to, I guess, switch gears a little bit then on the marketing side of things, because you're one of our biggest customers. You've said you've serviced 10,000 people, and over the lifetime of your business, you have one of our biggest accounts. I would say in like the top 10. What are you doing today to bring in customers? I see even to this day in your business, you have tons and tons of customers coming in. What's working right now for marketing?
Advertising. I've always been big with advertising, and I'm always clear, like no bait and switch. My ad that runs on, I have an ad that's ran on Facebook for the same ad since 2013. I've just had to refresh it sometimes. I just do a straight up lead generation ad, and then I put them into my email follow-up process, letting them know how I've helped people and how I can help them. But it's just mainly running an ad, generating leads, and then with email follow-up.
What does that ad say?
Here we go, the big one. It says, I've helped my clients repair their credit and increase their credit scores. Click learn more. That's all it said. When they click learn more, a form pops up, put their info in, goes into my email follow up, and then that does its work. And if when you do that, this is something that I learned that I didn't even expect. We don't buy anything from people that we don't know, like, and trust. When I put that email follow-up in place, the craziest thing happened was when that person signed up, they felt like I was speaking to them, even though the emails were automated. And they were like, I like you. And I was like, so I started asking, and I was like, okay, at that time I only had 7 emails. They would go out every 3 days, 1 email every 3 days. So the first one, when they opted in, 3 days later, another one. Once that customer told me that, when we spoke to him, I made, to this date, now after all of these years, I have 63 emails that go out so it's every 3 days, and once they become a client, they come off of that list and go on to a buyer's list. But it's very important. It's incredible, because sometimes people think that a person has to either see you face to face or maybe on video where you're talking to them to know, like, and trust them. That's not true. When you're receiving information and that person opted in to get help for what you had to offer, that's why it's very important when you run your ads, don't do bait and switch. I don't even offer a free ebook or anything. I just tell them what I do, and then the follow-up shows them that I've done it for other people and that I can do it, help them out. And that gets people to know, like, and trust me.
And a lot of people don't realize, most people go to your site. If you're a credit repair company, most people will visit and not sign up right then and there.
Yeah.
The money really is in the follow-up.
It's in the follow-up. Yes, sir. It's in the follow-up. And it's very hard for a person to really just go 100% and believe in that, because we think that when we see these commercials, direct response, we think that that's like, it's easy. They need credit repair. You put it in their face, they're going to sign up. Or the other mindset is, if you send 100 people there, 1% is going to do it, or 2% or 10%. It doesn't work that way. Those are very specialized copywriters that could do that. The way to do it is to just write out simple emails, and let that follow up, and you will see that that will actually do the work for you. It's amazing when you get the first sale that way. It feels very good. Like middle of the night, they're like, who's going to be buying in the middle? People do this stuff in the middle of the night, and if you have that follow up, and hey, click through to my website, and you can sign up right there. People will do it. They will do it.
I'd love to kind of hear what ads you're currently running are working the best.
Would you like me to show you, or
Yeah.
we are family, right? This one here. So when they click this ad, it captures their name, email, phone number, and then it automatically pushes them over to be in my email follow up. Now I'm looking at clouds. I built mine, before it was offered, and I'm going to be working on switching, because I think that having it all integrated, and I've looked at what you've done. Very good job. It actually does exactly what the system that I'm utilizing, so it'll save me some money also when I do the switch.
Absolutely, and it ties in with the database in Credit Repair Cloud.
Yeah.
But this is so cool. I'm fascinated that you're doing webinars. How did you learn this part of the marketing?
Yeah, if a person feels like they want to do a webinar, they have nothing to fear, because if you know your business inside and out, all you do is you just go on the webinar, and you let people know what you do, what you can do, what type of work you do, and then you just open it up to have them ask questions. And from them asking questions, I'm pretty sure it's going to help other people that were not secure in asking that question. But the background part is that people get to know, like, and trust you. That's the whole big deal, is that when they get to hear that real person that's speaking to them, they're going to say, okay, I like this. I believe, because they can't get the result of credit repair, when they sign up, they're actually buying you as the person, if you're the face of your company.
You mentioned kind of a couple strategies, Stephen, that you're running. Are you getting a majority of your clients through your webinars or through kind of your email follow-up sequence? Because you have kind of a couple different strategies going.
I just launched a webinar today.
Oh, wow. So we're seeing it for the first,
some
of the very first people seeing it.
Yeah, so I just did that today, but if you go down, I don't know if it has the date when I launched. So you can see this ad here was refreshed, December 2004. So that I run my ads holidays, it doesn't matter. 365 days a year, I'm generating leads. And so, I just started the webinars recently, and that I've had some people that said, why don't you do webinars? Now, here's my big thing, though, is that the webinar for now is recorded. It is recorded, because I just want to make sure that 100% compliant with everything. So it's still just a recorded webinar that'll just keep, on a loop.
But it's cool to see that once you have a winning ad, you can keep it running, because you've been running at least this exact same ad for since the beginning of the year. And it's all the way in September, so the same ad's been running for like about 10 months.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll just refresh it, because it'll have like 4,000 or 5,000 comments, and so I'll just refresh it and start new. But yeah, if one secret, if someone is looking at advertising on Facebook, if your ad is not a bait and switch where you're just speaking to exactly what you're offering, you will not run into what they call a fatigue ad. My ads, I've never, with Credit Repair and with Summons Master now, ever had a fatigue warning. A fatigue warning means that, hey, we're going to start charging you more until you shut this ad down. That's what they'll do. And in some cases, they will just turn the ad off automatically. So by being direct, you will avoid any of those issues with having fatigue. And then make sure if you do run your ads on Facebook that you choose the credit feature so you can remain compliant. Everything will be okay if you stay compliant with that. And another secret is you don't even really have to target anymore on Facebook. They target for you based off of the words that are in your advertisement and in your video.
I didn't know that.
They will find people. That's a big secret. Yeah, they will find the people for you. You know, they know everything about us, right?
Sure.
You get a lead here. So I imagine you're using Facebook's native lead capture where someone types in their name and email and phone number in Facebook. And then are you just emailing people? Are you emailing and texting people as a follow-up? What does that look like?
I use an email autoresponder, and then it has a text feature, and it's just, letting them know that we can help them. One of the applications that I use has an AI feature, and I think Cloud has something similar where you can actually make it conversational. So if I'll give you an example, someone becomes a lead, and it'll text them, "Hey, I saw that you saw my ad. Tell me what's going on your credit with your credit," and then they'll text back, and then I anticipated all of the potential answers, and then it'll answer back. So they're thinking that they're texting back with someone, and then it leads them through. It'll end up with a link. "Hey, we would love to help you," and it has the link that goes to the sign up page to sign up. But and I know that that's a lot. What I tell people when you're first doing this, the minimum, just do the email follow up, and then grow it from there so you don't overwhelm yourself.
And what you're recommending is all built into Credit Per Cloud too. So
Yes.
if you're using the CRC Marketing Hub, if you activate that feature in Credit Per Cloud, it has a email sequence that automatically follows up with leads every few days to get them sold. And Stephen, what do you say on this ad? I'm just curious, like what makes this ad so compelling?
This one here, I took an approach of people, because there's a lot of competition out there. So I took the approach in this ad of so I went into the mind of what they could be thinking. So I think I went more towards, there's a lot of choices out there that you can make with credit repair, a lot of confusion, misconceptions. And then I kind of pivoted over to showing the people who had signed up that's going to get the book sent out to them. And I send that book out free. I pay the shipping, no charge. And so I laid that out, and that gives them the thought process of, I'm not the only one that's doing it. Because sometimes people, they won't sign up for something because they think that they're the only one who's going to do it. They don't want to look crazy doing it. And so I did that, and then I ended it with, I think that you should look at testimonials of the people that we've helped, and then click the Learn More button. And I put a video there showing some testimonials, but once they fill in the form and submit it, it kicks them over to the testimonial page on my website. And it's just full of testimonials and full of, showing documents of stuff that we've helped people get stuff deleted. And so that builds in their mind, okay, they could possibly do it. And then they see videos and pictures of other people that we've helped, and they kind of might relate to one of those individuals. So when they opt in, takes them straight to the testimonial page, and those are some of the people that we've helped that felt worthy of us getting pictures. And then you can see the Get Start Now button.
Yeah.
If you click that. This video here, so number one, we talk about the TSR, let them know, and then this video, a good thing for credit repair business owners to consider is when a person gives you their money, Or when they sign up for something, it doesn't matter. When they sign up for something, even not paying anything, they want to know what's going to happen next. And from me, talking to clients and asking those questions, I learned that they want to know what happens after I sign up. And this video here tells them what's going to happen after you sign up. So now that takes another doubt out of their mind, because now when they know what's going to happen, they feel more comfortable. And then if you hit the sign up for credit repair service, this is our sales page. Now, if someone's in my sales funnel, getting the emails or the text, it's taking them to this page all the time to sign up. But when they're getting introduced, they're going to the testimonial. And this here is just telling more and showing more about what we can do and what we've done. And then if you scroll, as you scroll all the way to the bottom, or you can hit the blue button. And people will say, why do you got so much here? We have so much because when a person is deciding to do something, each person has their own thought process of how much they need to know before they sign up for something. Some people need very little. Some people need to know it all. So when you build your sales pages, you should think of the person who really needs to know it all. Because if you do that, you're going to get the skimmers that just skim through stuff. So you can see here, whichever program they choose, it's $0 to start. And they're going to get their free book. I got a stack of them over here, ready to go. A stack of them. And this here, it's not about how to repair credit. It tells them once you get your credit repaired, how the credit system works, so you don't get into that situation again.
And what do most people sign up for here? Because you have a lot of different options. There's a lot of ways for people to be upsold or get into different plans. I'm curious.
The plans are all the same except the couples we give a discount and military we give a discount. But they have an option of splitting the individual plan. They could split it into 14-day payments instead of monthly. That's the only difference. But the prices are basically the same except for there's a discount for the couples when they come together.
And Stephen, how much do you spend on ads a month to be able to grow your business sustainably?
When I started Credit Repair Shop ad in 2013 on Facebook, it was $25 a day. And the average lead is about, it's like the stock market. Some days it could be higher, some days it could be lower. But on average, about $1.50 to $2.50 per lead. And that's very good. And when you're getting that lead that they knew exactly what you're offering, that makes that lead even more valuable. And the longer you run your ad on Facebook or any platform, you get rewarded because you're continuing. So with my ads that I have here, for each one of them, I'm only spending $50 a day for each. So I have the ads here, and then I have a group of ads on Summons Master. I have a different account for Summons Master.
Incredible. And then those ads you're running for Summons Master, those are also cross-selling into credit repair too?
No, we only if asked. Only if asked. If once we do the summons and take care of that business, if they ask, that's the only time. We don't approach them about it. Nothing. If you go, Summons Master is just like its own separate company. Started the webinar ads for Summons Master today, but you can see the other ads that have been running. So you can see these are very direct. We don't want to, get people, thinking they're getting something that they're not getting. So yeah, in this here, except for the webinar, these are lead generation to the into the autoresponder and the text messaging back and forth. Leads for Summons Master coming in on some days under $1.
Wow.
On some, yeah,
Amazing.
that's why I knew that there was a huge spike with that, because it was like more and more people are opting in. That means that there's more traffic for people that's looking for that solution. And the same with these ads here. No fatigue. No fatigue. Even with this long video, I've had some people say, "Why did you put that video there?" That video that's right there is about 20 something minutes long for an ad. But so many people feel that they are like, I needed to reach out and get help because they're sitting there watching. Remember, they're emotional, and I'm like that help that's reaching out, and they're just sitting there watching, like watching, and then they click and opt in. Once they opt in, they're in our funnel. With Summons Master, we have several different ways that we bring in the clients. The first is go to Summons Master, do everything yourself, or they can send their summons for what we call a case review, where we'll look at it, or if they need help with the PDF, when we create the PDF, send it back, and they upload it themselves.
Amazing. You're so good with this techie stuff. Hey, now you've seen the credit repair industry evolve a lot since 2006. What has changed? What's better now, and what's gotten harder?
I would just say the only thing that's gotten harder is that it's easy to get into business. This is for all business, but we'll keep it with credit repair. Is that the mindset right now is that you can get into a business, and because there's millions of clients that need the service, that you're going to be an automatic success. And you can become an automatic success if you do the front end work to get yourself into position. I'm very serious when I say this. When I saw that you added the other stuff, the other features with the follow up, I was like, this is a game changer, because if people could just buckle down and just do that front end part to get set up, and then you get your ad set up, continue doing your work that you normally do, but allow this to grow, and you will start to see that that'll happen. But with credit repair itself, for me, I feel that stuff is kind of just the same. Like it seemed like it's going full circle, where there's not organizations like the CFPB that's going to be there, to help. But for me, it's like when I first started, CFPB didn't exist when I started the credit repair shop. So we were butting heads with collection agencies, butting heads with, doing the work that needed to be done with challenging the furnishers.
And you were coming out of the big housing crisis and the economic meltdown, and I think we're actually
About to.
yeah, it's all happening again, and I think it's going to be a big boom for credit repair people. I think it's going to be a big boom for Summons Master.
I agree with you. And
It's harder and harder out there.
yeah, if people could just dig in and just say, I'm going to keep the mindset of helping people, and I'm going to keep educating myself and learning about the credit repair industry, what could be done. Read 1 or 2 pages of the Reporting Act. You don't have to read the whole thing. Just look at what they have to do. And when that wave hits, because it's going to be a tidal wave, when it hits, you're going to be in position.
Yeah, hope it's not as bad as that one. That was very scary. So many people I know lost their houses.
Yeah.
I was like barely hanging on. Those were the years I was building Credit Repair Cloud. It was exactly 2008 to 2013, which those were really, really ugly years. And that whole time I kept thinking, if I finish this building this, maybe I'll be in the right place at the right time.
So you had that mindset, like, I just got to continue. Just let me continue.
Yeah.
That's that faith where a person, if you just you don't know success. It's like around the corner. You can't see it, and you just keep going, you keep going, and you keep going, and then all of a sudden and the crazy thing is when it happens, you're going to be so much doing your work that you won't even really know. Like there's just so many people that run into this credit problem because the education is just not where it needs to be with teaching us about how to handle credit.
I agree. Hey, let's talk about Credit Repair Cloud for a moment. You mentioned in your notes, Dust, that it played a role in your growth. How's it changed the way you run your business, and what features are most important to you?
For me, because I don't get into the credit repair work itself, my customer service, I get to look at the team on what they're doing. My wife demands that we take a vacation every month. And so we're going on 36 years now. And
That's
so,
awesome.
yeah, so I could peek in and look at the work that's being done. I could look at the clients being onboarded. I can look at the messages, making sure that they're getting answered. It made it, I mean, it made my life a lot easier. I mean, you can see from the investment I make every month, I believe fully in it, fully. And for me, I had to transition from another to do this, and it was a lot of work, and everybody had to do a lot of stuff to pull people over. But when I saw what you had back then, it was enough for me. And then now, but when you give it the right people and they care about their business like you care about yours, they're not going to just leave stuff the same way. They want to you want to make it easier for us. And that's what I could see happening with the new features.
Cool. What do you think is the most important thing a credit repair specialist should have to expand their business?
Customer service. This is what I did, because with 1,000 customers, you cannot answer the phone. It could be a couple of hundred a day. And then when the customer service team get on the phone, then another person calls in. So this is what I did to manage it. And customer service is going to be the key to maintaining and keeping customers happy, getting referrals, and keeping your business going. And you can't satisfy everybody, but if you push hard with that, you're going to do very well. So what we instituted was we have a voicemail. All calls for all customer service phones goes to the voicemail. It transcribes the voicemail, goes to the team leader of customer service, Hassan, and then he divvies them out. And when they get on the phone with that client, they can full attention to them. No phone is going to ring, no nothing. It's going to be 100% taking care of them. When we did that, customer service calls went down. It went down because we were able to spend that time with them. And once you get that client comfortable, secure with your company, they're not going to continue calling over and over and over. And then with what they can look at in cloud for what's being done for them, it's taken care of it. You've knocked it out of the park if you do it that way. So customer service, answering the phone, calling people back, that's key. That's key.
And if someone's just starting in credit repair, what's the one thing they need to focus on mastering first before anything else?
Lead generation. I tell all business owners, the first company that you're in, the first business that you're in, is finding people to want what you had to offer. Because you could have the best of everything, but if you don't bring in leads, a constant flow of leads, it's going to be very difficult for you to run your business.
I think we should switch gears now.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you a few rapid questions. Answer with the first thing that pops into your head, okay?
Okay.
What's your business superpower?
Helping people.
What's your business kryptonite, meaning the area you had to work the hardest to improve?
Customer service.
What does business ownership mean to you?
Freedom.
What drives and motivates you?
Creating things.
What's your definition of success?
Helping people, helping the community.
And if you could go back in time and tell yourself one piece of advice, what would it be?
Don't be afraid to try anything when it comes to business.
I love
Legal.
that. Yeah, of course. And do you have any other advice for someone just starting out with a credit repair business?
Yes, people are looking for you to help them. Stay true to yourself. You don't have to get every customer to sign up with you that becomes a lead. Stay above board and honest. Tell them the truth, even if they don't want to continue doing work with you. Focus on customer service early rather than later. Have a system in place on imagining if you did have 100 clients or 200 clients, have some forethought on how you would manage them, and then you could be early instead of coming like me late on getting that process in place.
And what's next for you? What's the next big goal?
Taking Summons Master to the next level. That's truly my big goal.
Oh, and I forgot to ask earlier about Summons Master. Can CROs be an affiliate?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes. We can get that link over.
Okay, awesome. So again, for anybody interested in Summons Master, it's summonsmaster.com. We're going to put the link also down in the show notes. And I want to thank you so much for your time today, Stephen. This was a lot of fun. I learned a lot. You're amazing.
Thank you, both of you, Keenan, Daniel. Thank you for having me. I mean, I dreamed about this interview. Truly, I dreamed about it.
Well,
This was
and this
incredible.
interview has been a dream. This has been great.
Wow, Stephen dropped so many gems on credit repair, automation, and business growth. And if you missed part one, you better go back and watch it right now. And if you'd like to start your very own credit repair business or learn how to earn extra income repairing credit for others, check out my brand new Start Repairing Credit Challenge. So sign up right now at startrepairingcredit.com and keep changing lives.